Oh, there's beef. There we go. Cheese. Cheese. Got your supplies, Mr. Chester.
He's ready to go. Oh, Chester.
Are you splooting? Chester?
Come buddy.
This is Chester's new form of transport.
Yeah. Come on. I'm sure it feels good.
Welcome to the slowest walk we're ever gonna do.
Come on, Chester, let's go. Good boy.
Good boy. Good boy for using all of your legs. Good morning and welcome back to the channel. We're at Kimmeridge today on the Jurassic Coast in Dorset. It's gonna be exciting because we can't walk or traverse at all today. Chester's just on his front and we keep getting tangled up and we've barely left the car park, so this is going to be a fun day. Join us as we get tangled and fall over the cliff into the ocean. It's an absolutely amazing day and it's meant to get quite warm today too, which we're really looking forward to. Apparently it's going to be 15 degrees today, which is again tropical compared to what we've been having recently, and we've both opted to wear shorts because we're maniacs.
And not bring our jackets because we forgot.
Yes. So we're doing really good today. So you can see Chester's day going to happen here. So he's going to get hit by rocks, he's going to get picked up a lot, and that's already happened.
Yeah.
He does get angry at rubbish and he will get destroyed by a crab. So that is very accurate.
I know, the crab's doing a little dance there.
Range walks this way. Apparently this way leads towards a little waterfall, which we did see online briefly, but we didn't try to look into it too much because we want it to be a surprise. But let's have a look. I hope that's not the waterfall there. Ooh, dragon's teeth. For those who don't know what dragon's teeth are, they were installed during World War II to prevent any sort of landing craft from reaching beaches or landing, basically. So these are quite old. Old for me. Anything World War II I find absolutely fascinating. Let's go have a look. Chester's making it difficult already. They are sandberries. Ooh, God.
Is it slippery there?
That's a good way to get your heart going. I'm not entirely sure what this is. It's sort of turret. Oh wow, look at the cliffs. Kimmeridge Bay is renowned for its geological significance, particularly the Kimmeridge Clay Formation, which dates back to the late Jurassic period. This formation is rich in organic material and serves as a major source for North Sea oil. Kimmeridge is also a fossil hunter's dream. These ancient rocks hold remains of marine reptiles, ammonites, and prehistoric fish, frozen in time for over 150 million years.
As we mentioned earlier, these pointed concrete blocks are known as dragon's teeth. They were installed during World War II, not only at Kimmeridge, but at many locations along the south and east coasts of the UK. Set up as anti-tank obstacles, they were strategically placed to try and deter enemy forces from landing tanks at these sites.
As for what this thing is on the beach, which I keep calling a turret, we couldn't uncover why it was put there or what it was used for, even from online searches. If you have any ideas at all, please let us know in the comments. We're very curious about it. It's a very fine line between getting the good shots and getting absolutely soaked. Oh, you got your lunch?
Yeah. Well, apparently every seaweed that you can get in the UK you can eat.
That was close.
Before venturing east to see the tower standing high on the cliff, we decided to head over the west side of the beach to see what was hidden over there.
How gorgeous it is.
You're crazy.
Chester's finished whatever that was. Let's keep going.
Continue.
I think I saw this on the map. I think it's an old oil station. Is it a rig when it's still on land? Yeah, does it count as a rig if it's still on land? Or is it a station? I'm not sure. If you know, let us know in the comments.
Kimmeridge whale site is probably the oldest continual producing whale site in the United Kingdom.
That's what actually, is it still operational?
I think it might be.
So we've just read that it might actually still be operational. We'll let you know on the screen now if it actually is, but...
Yeah, it says it first drilled in 1959, but Kimmeridge area has seen repeated attempts to drill for oil and gas since before the Second World War. Oil is extracted at Kimmeridge by beam pump or nodding donkey and exported to refineries in the UK and abroad for production of high quality fuels. But it does look like there's new equipment in there. Like over there they've got like canisters and things. So I'm assuming this is still in... like it's still producing.
It's amazing. I had no idea.
No, neither. I know like we do have oil refineries around. Over in Upton, I think, what is it called? Witches Woods or something like that?
I'm
I'll
not
put it
sure.
on screen. But there's quite a few of these machines in that area. It's kind of hidden in the woodlands where they're still bringing up oil. So we do have it around here, which I only found out I think last year actually.
Huh. Well, the one thing I found out today is that I didn't know it was called a nodding donkey.
No!
What a fun name. There you go. It's the best I can do without getting my shadow on it. Give it a pause if you want to have a read.
Rude!
Chester was now starting to get a little bit restless, so we decided to head back towards Kimmeridge Beach. We didn't want to run out of time before checking out that tower on the east cliffside.
I was just looking over the edge here and noticed the sheer drop. And Chester went quite close, made our stomachs drop. I think we'll keep away from that. I just discovered something really annoying. I filmed myself talking about the history of Kimmeridge and everything and realised I didn't have my audio going, my mic wasn't switched on, so it's just a bunch of really silent shots of me talking. How frustrating. Definitely gonna need to put that on the checklist before we start filming. I'm usually really good and I double check the audio, but I had my hands full with Chester, so I think it just slipped my mind. So annoying. So annoying. One thing I was saying about the beach earlier in one of my silent clips was down there you can see the different layers of rock formations, and it really shows the history of this area. It's absolutely stunning. It's like you've got the slate there, I'm not sure what some of the rocks actually are, but some of it's just like crumbling away, and then you've got fossils as well, which is cool, something that Shane pointed out to me earlier. I was hoping that maybe we could go fossil hunting, but I don't think there's going to be any fossils around at the moment because we haven't had any storms recently. So last time we went fossil hunting at Lyme Regis, it was right after a storm, and there was absolutely hundreds of fossils there. And what was such a pain in the butt was a year later we thought, you know what, let's take our uncle, he's going to love this. And we took him there and there was no fossils because it was a beautiful week prior. So if you do want to go fossil hunting, I would advise maybe try it after a storm, but be careful because obviously erosion can happen and there is a risk there, but it does expose a lot of fossils. We want to try and head to Lyme Regis again at some point, see if we can find any more fossils, but we'll work it out where we can go. Not sure when. Maybe this summer when Chester's okay with it. I think they're allowed dogs there. Not sure.
Look at that, the tide is definitely going out. Means we might actually be able to go have a look at the beach properly. Let's go have a look.
We weren't able to explore the beach like we wanted, for a reason we'll explain shortly, and also because of the horrendous swarm of bugs that were rapidly consuming us. Oh my god, we're getting attacked! Ah! We're just heading away from the beach where we had a little sit down, but then we got swarmed with all these dogs and Chester got way too stimulated. So he's currently in the backpack. He's exhausted and panting. But we want to head up to the tower. Shane is feeding Chester cheese and beef. Because we're still training him to stay calm in the backpack, but he does pretty well, to be fair. Now I'd like to have a closer look at the tower and tell you a bit more of the history up there.
Around this area absolutely reeks of rotting seaweed. Covered in flies, which the flies then go up our nose and then we smell the seaweed even better. Yummy.
Shane's just pointed out there's a lot of stairs. Oh, I wanted to work up my leg muscles. I'm doing this for you guys.
Quite a few more dragon's teeth around here. I guess they're really concerned about invasion. I think we've reached the steps of doom.
Yeah, this looks like it could be painful.
Let's make a start.
Starting on the steps of doom. At the moment I can breathe. I've only just started to see how horribly sweaty and disgusting I am by the time I get to the top. Carrying this little guy as well. Okay.
I'm so unfit. But hey, reached the top.
Made it to the top, not as sweaty as I thought I would be. There's a bit of history to this. Thomas Hardy, that famous writer, used to come here with his first love. Very romantic little getaway, and they spent time here, I guess, doing all that romantic stuff. And he actually did a little illustration that was featured in one of his poetry books of a couple walking along the Jurassic Coast, and people speculate that it could be him and this girl, Emily, I believe her name was. Another fact about this place is, as you can see here, that's where it used to be, but because of erosion, which I think is 13 meters a year or something, they had to move it over there so it could last another 200 years while being in a very pretty little spot. The way that they moved it was by taking it apart brick by brick, labelling the bricks, and then piecing them together like a very sophisticated jigsaw puzzle. Oh, you wanted to see where Daddy is, huh? He's a little moaner today. I think Chester's very tired. Yeah, are you tired? You miserable pup? You want to get out? I think we'll let him out for a bit. He can have a sniff around.
Just look at that. Unfortunately, we have to end it there today because Mr. Chester is getting very, very, very restless. So we think it's best to get him home now before he starts getting really cranky.
Yeah, I think his teenagehood is really kicking in because he is literally moaning about everything. He moans if he's walking, he moans if we pick him up, he moans in his bag, he moans if we sit down for a while. I think it's just, I don't really understand it other than it's his hormones or whatever, because he had a really good night's sleep last night.
Yeah, it's just an off day.
Yeah, but we're gonna head off. We hope you enjoyed joining us for this. I'm sorry it's so short. We did want it to be a bit more like to see the waterfall and things, but I think that's probably seasonal. Yeah, it's just one of those things, unfortunately. Still, we managed to all get out and about on a sunny day, so at least we got to enjoy that together.
Exactly, that's something, that's a win.
Yes, absolutely. And I think from what other dog owners have said, Chester hopefully will settle down in another 2 to 4 months.
Hopefully, we'll see.
I have heard as well that they don't fully settle until 2 years, but if you can just get a bit more motivated rather than being a grumpy teenager who wants to stay in his room all day and play with his games.
Yeah, drink his Mountain Dew.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just fluting over there. He found a stick. He's happy now. But we're going home. Come on, Chester, let's go.
We'll catch you later.
Yeah, have a good one. We'll catch you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Chester, you gonna say bye?
Bye. Chester.
Good boy.
Come on.
Chester rates Kimmeridge 2 out of 5 paws. We think this is a bit harsh and boil it down to him being a grumpy teenager. We definitely plan to come back here in the future when he's all grown up and can properly appreciate Kimmeridge, and hopefully give it a worthy paw rating. Oh no.